4 of Steamer to Steamer. I can't believe it's been 4 weeks. Wow, that we've been doing this.
No
Plus
kidding.
the additional weeks before we started it. Good morning, everyone. This morning I have Mrs. Schipper, middle school principal, with me, and Mrs. Schipper has a college son and 2 boys in high school. So not only is she managing the middle school, she's helping her kids finish up their current school year. So Mrs. Schipper, thanks for doing this, number one.
You're welcome.
Tell me a little bit about what you've learned about yourself or school since the quarantine.
Well, I would start with saying about myself that I have, I'm learning how to appreciate life. I think I've done a pretty good job of that, but I think, obviously 3.5 years ago, I was given a wake-up call to do that, and I did, but I think I'd started to get back into my normal routine and run and forget to look at all those little daily things that you appreciate. And this has allowed me and Lynn to slow down and do that. We would normally be running between, baseball games. We would have had one at each level, and we would hardly have been home, and track and whatnot. And so while we miss that busyness, we really have enjoyed being together and being at home and just appreciating what we have. So we make it a goal to contact different family members that we don't normally contact because, again, we're running and busy with life. So we've called aunts and, brothers and sisters and cousins and nephews and so forth that we don't normally take the time to do that, but we've been trying to make a little extra effort to get that done. So as far as school goes, I'm just amazed, honestly, Daryl. Not only with my staff, they did exactly what I expected them to do, which was step up and be leaders and just solve this problem together. I mean, they've helped each other. They've helped the kids. They've been extremely realistic. They've been frustrated. We've had some staff meetings where people are ready to pull their hair out, and we've had other staff meetings where we've laughed, and so I'm just, I've learned, and it's been reinforced again that that's just really a great group of people to work with. So.
Excellent. Excellent. What have you learned from others about the quarantine?
Well, I guess everybody has a different approach or a different way to go about this and process that. And we have to be respectful and thoughtful about that. And I'll admit, sometimes that's, that can be hard. But I think, some are very concerned, some are not. Some have this has brought on other issues, whether it be some anxiety-based things or whether it be some financial things or just a lot of other issues. And so we have to be able to accept that and work with those people and be accepting, I guess I'll continue to use that word, of them. I guess I've thought more about equity in the last 6 weeks than I probably ever really thought about. And in a different way than what I've probably ever thought about it. I mean, typically when we bring them into our building, I feel like, we do treat them all equal. And I realize they probably all came in without the same, I know they all came in with different backgrounds, but I felt like when they were there, we were very equitable and we treated them the same. But I feel that's different now. I feel like, we have to really think about everybody's background and what we can do to help them.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Because, as you said, we sort of are a whole being, and our home life comes to school with us each day.
Yeah.
I've asked this question at the beginning. I've kind of rephrased it. Is there some things you miss about having to stay at home? But what do you think you've gained? I mean, I know you sort of said a little bit of that earlier.
Well, I miss the kids and I miss people. I mean, I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. people fuel me. So that's really hard. There's days when I'm like, you know, but I also think the five of us have gained something that maybe I don't know that we ever lost it. I don't know that that's fair words to use, but again, we got busy with our lives. And so now we play games again. We sit around and we talk, and we've always eaten dinner together, but we've just gained that. I've seen my three boys gain their friendships back. That, again, I don't know that they ever lost it. I think it just changed.
Yeah.
And again, nobody had a focus over it. And Kyle was gone, and now Kyle's back home. And so a lot of family things. I think I've gained appreciation for my own parents and Lynn's mom. Again, I've always known they're elderly and frail, I guess I'll say, but I take for granted they're very active in our lives and we're very active in theirs. And so you don't think much about it, but now you think about not wanting to put them in danger and that kind of thing. So, you gain appreciation for those times with them. So,
yeah.
One of the things I really very much miss is church. I miss, we participate in online mass, but it's just not the same. And I miss being able to go to church and gather with people and so forth. That's very important to me. And so.
Yeah, my girls don't like when I sing Sunday morning worship. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to make that happen. Nor have we watch services, but we don't join in the singing part just because we all sing poorly. So it'd be bad news.
Have I ever told you my boys once told me that I take the holy out of church songs by singing them?
Yeah, it's bad. I cannot carry a tune.
Yeah, me either. I try.
Yeah, that's the fun part. That's the beauty about being with so many other people. Your voice sort of drowns out. You can't hear yourself. You can adjust your volume.
Yeah, no kidding.
So are there some things you do to take care of yourself?
Well, Lynn and I have done a lot more like walking, and we actually have done a little bit of yoga together and enjoyed that. I love to do crafts, so I've kind of gotten into this diamond art craze, and I've also done some paint by numbers. I just actually got a new one in the mail yesterday. So sometimes we like to play euchre. So if the boys are all playing euchre with 5 people, obviously that's hard. So sometimes I'll just sit at the table and work on my crafts, and they sit at the other end and play their games. And so we're still can all kind of be together, and I can enjoy the moment and be working on my little craft. But I also love to do puzzles. So I do puzzles pretty regularly, though.
We haven't pulled the puzzles out yet. I'm surprised, but the girls are all doing homework most days. So
yeah, I have to admit I haven't done many puzzles simply because I become obsessed with a puzzle. Like when it's there, I can't walk away from it, and so I find myself awake at 2 in the morning working on a puzzle when I don't normally stay up till 2 in the morning.
So have there been any people you follow or social media streams that you've picked up, or something you've started since the quarantine?
Oh, not a ton. I've really kind of enjoyed those datasaurs. Have you seen those?
No, I don't know what those are. Datasaurs?
I think it's a TikTok thing, but I've seen it on Facebook. It's just all of a sudden this dad will say, "What?" And he'll like turn into a dinosaur. And seriously, if I was his wife, I would not be happy with him. But he'll like tear apart one night it was dinner, and literally he threw food all over their kitchen. And the girls, I don't know how old his girls, I'm going to say they're 10 and 12. They're younger, and they think it's just hysterical. And so they'll do things to get him started. And I don't know how many of them are out there. There's like 10 of them. I just think they're kind of funny because it's not my house. His wife hates it. And she's, anyway, they're just kind of funny. So, but otherwise, not really. I like Twitter, but I take Twitter as my professional world.
Yeah.
And so I use Twitter like in my staff meetings and different examples and try to find things to share with my staff in that manner. But I wouldn't say I have any new followings that way.
Any advice for your fellow steamers?
As always, just be kind. As a middle school principal, we have to remind our kids that all the time, right? Like, it's easy to get frustrated and mad and so forth, but if we're kind with each other and we just be patient with each other, then we can get through this and we can be able to, be better on the other side when we come out of this. So I think that's what's important. So we grow and learn from this pandemic.
Yeah, I'm excited to see sort of the new things that we'll do differently based on this. I'm excited to see how we'll approach education a little differently, value some of the projects and value really what's important, which isn't probably testing and knowing, I hope the pendulum swings a different direction when it comes to, helping kids get prepared for life and what that means. Anyway. Well, I appreciate your time this morning. I'm going to hit the record button and that'll wind us down. Thank you again for spending some time.